player cars. And we're starting this season here at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. And of course you can hear in the background there a couple of cars already starting up. With multiplayer cars this season, obviously there's a lot of custom liveries, nice effort of course going in. A couple of these guys really went out. A lot of teamwork stuff happening, so a lot of guys actually putting effort. So yeah, so as you can see, two cars already there. We will look at those liveries in just a moment, just to show you what some of these guys did. Of course, a couple of guys very confident leading up to this race. Of course, it can also be part of a whole trash talking, you know, getting the vibe going kind of thing. So we'll see how this one pans out. Just want to get the details for here as always. And of course our track map here. Ooh, and Staffy retired. A lot of guys already complained about Rouge. And as you can see there, that's exactly where the yellow zone is. Yellow flag, there we are, two cars. Looks like not Maverick and Staffy retired actually at the same place. So both victims of our Rouge early on. Of course, driving here with a judge. That is Team Vlakkerfontein Racing. That is what they livery look like this season. The jelly bean car, as some of us call it. Yeah, no, Steph, what a hell of a start. Okay, but while you're now having that, please update me on the weather because it looks gloomy out there. It looks like it can rain any time. There we go. There's Not Sober Racing. Not Kimi, of course, driving for them this season. This is what they livery look like. Not Sebastian also there with a Not Sober. You could just see a little small difference that Not Sober did that the other guys didn't. If you look at the rear wing, the color of a sponsor is actually a different color on each car's rear wing. Of course, Carboy 55 and Carboy 45, they part of VSK Racing. I initially wasn't a big fan of this, but I must say this green and blue looks a lot better now. Looking at it like this and not, you know, not looking at it on a picture like when they designed it. And the Carboys kind of like did the same as what Not Sober did. Both cars are not 100% the same. One of course got a green front wing, the other's got a blue front wing. Oh, not Kimi also. Oh, also Rouge. Yeah, there we go. One Carboy just let the other one pass, so you can just see that one's got more blue, that one's got more green. Kind of like F2 where both cars are not 100% the same but mainly the same, so you can still see it's the same team. Kind of also what Not Sober did in some ways. A couple of guys even made their flags the same or their badges, so a lot of effort went in. Of course, South One Quinton, this is of course Team BPP. I won't give the full meaning of a name here tonight, not on the stream. South One, of course, going fastest for now as well. Wrapped, of course, one of the other Vlakkerfontein drivers. There we go, AD77. That's Rock of Villains. There we go, just one is, that's the other one here, Oceans Free. These guys with the pink and the green. A lot of effort went in, and I must say it displays quite nicely on the stream as well. So there's BPP Racing, there is Oceans Free, There's VSK Racing, there is Vlakkefontein Racing, there's Not Sober Racing, and VSK Racing. That's the 6 teams. Of course, the different thing this season as well. Of course, multiplayer cars, as everybody can see. Each team consists of 3 drivers. It's not your usual two drivers per team. Only 18 players, 18 drivers this season. Of course, 6 teams or 3. We have space for 2 reserves. One of the drivers, Vino, unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. Internet problems, but of course one of the subs were able to join us, not Maverick there. Like I said earlier, a couple of guys complaining about Eau Rouge, and already Eau Rouge claimed a couple of victims. Staff, where's my weather report? Vino is actually not a reserve driver as initially said, Staff. The Carter boys actually managed to persuade him to join, so he's part of VSK Racing. We only got 2 signed up reserves, being Not Maverick and Devon. Not Maverick is here. Hello, Jock. Is dit ook Jock soos in Jock Racing? Raptor even the helmet design way went to match the car. Of course, all of you watching, please feel free to post a couple of comments there, be part of a chat. It's always nice to hear from you guys. Makes the stream worthwhile as well. Kinda like it's boring being the only one talking the whole time. Oh yes, and another thing back this season, something we tried of course before. We're going back to our old ways. Instead of a 50% F1 and a 50% F2 like we did the last 2 seasons, we are back at 100% race distance. And the after race, the post race interviews with the podium finishes, that's also back this season. AD just showing a couple of guys, yeah, be a little bit more cautious, but at least you make it safe through Eau Rouge. No, one driver is not yet. Only Vino didn't make it, so and one reserve is here, so it is 18. Yeah, thanks DW. Of course, don't forget Raidelin. It's mainly Eau Rouge, but everybody forgets about Raidelin. And no, not Ray Dillon like the singer. Ach, Steph, don't worry. Focus on the racing. Don't break your head over stuff that you don't comprehend. Oh wow, and Gaffpick actually goes fastest with a 1:44.5. Wow. But truly, of course, that's not real pace as yet. Still early to come out real pace. Devon is a reserve, yes. Nissi. Yeah, work on your strategy. It's going to be a while. Q2 and Q3 still to go. Just under 8.5 minutes to go here in Q1. Yeah, so we actually got 20 drivers, 18 drivers in the cars. And then, of course, 2 confirmed reserve drivers. One of the reserves are here, as one of the guys couldn't make it, so yeah. Don't worry, DW, you and Staffy are going to keep each other company, just like you did with through Raidelin and Eau Rouge. Staffy, if you're clever, you stick to DW, get some toe, and he will take you through the field. because it is possible to win a race here from the back. We saw it before, it can happen again. 1 or 2 safety cars and that person is right up there again. Of course other guys will also have some incidents, and that's where you cash in. And yeah, and not Russell Ops. Carter boy also with a decent line through our route. Mr. 45. Some 5 seconds of a pace away from gap peak. But at least he's still there. Reserve driver points count towards themselves. Unless of course, let's say one of your drivers don't make it on the night and you contract that reserve to come drive for you to make up a 3, then his points for that night will go towards your team. But in this case, where there is already full teams, that reserve drivers points will go to just for himself, not be allocated to a specific team. It's like what they do in MotoGP. So both reserve drivers are like free agents. If you can contract them on the night to come race for you when you want short, by all means, nothing stops you. Now you're right, DW, you get your own points. It was actually one of the suggestions that was up for discussion at the start, that all reserve drivers' points go into a reserve pool. And actually the reserve drivers can actually do a team name as well if they want, and that all counts towards there as well. But of course it was all confirmed that if you would drive for a team making up a 3-driver lineup, that points for that night will go to that team. Of course, that points will still come to you as well as driver. One thing we can do, Steph, obviously we're still just fine-tuning the reserves. Of course, if you look at all the teams are full, except for VSK. VSK missing 1 driver tonight, and we have one of the reserves. I mean, if DW is up for it, we can take VW's point and assign it to VSK. That way all teams have got 3 drivers tonight. But of course, DW's points will be his. It's just obviously we can say he represented VSK. But that wasn't the original deal, that's why I say it is up to him. I just first need to get the go-ahead from him. We did see Gaff Peak retiring, but of course that was like a Staffy move. Obviously he decided he had enough. No need to worry. Of course AD also retired, so we're down to 14 cars. So everybody out there is actually pretty much through to the next session. No need to do anything silly at this stage. 4 cars gone, 14 left. Of course, then next session another 4 to be eliminated. Well, DW, you're actually good with that. I won't be surprised. I will be surprised actually if you don't do that. Trademark move of DW to freaking run that tires till the last possible moment, stretching the life. I mean, 80%, 90% wear is nothing. Not if you're DW, and then still win a race with those tires, like Spain last season. One of the questions that Staffy also asked, well, actually Mr. Observant as always, who's going to take the number 13 there at Vlakkerfontein, because 2 of the drivers has got 13 as a race number, while the judge have 13 on his car. EH Boucher, of course, part of a rock of villains. Hello, Matt. Of course, one thing with a multiplayer cars, it also takes those guys, some of the guys out of their comfort zones. So used to the F1 cars, a couple of guys now getting into that groove with F2s, because some guys still not comfortable with F2, and now we're doing multiplayer cars. Bit of different handling. Some say, I also say it's just a mind thing. You should just drive all of them. Yeah, there is a difference, don't get me wrong, but you just get in the car and drive it. It will actually come to you. Just a mind matter. It's just some people are already giving up, if I can say that, before we even tried. But of course it also levels the playing field somewhat. One and a half minutes to go, then Q1 of the first round is something overpassed. There's the other driver, of course, from Rocco Villains, Pajama Llama, invalidated lap there, as you can see. So the two remaining Rocco Villains are on track. Of course, AD retired already. So just to run us through it, of course, there's Gav Peak, the Judge, and Raptor, that's part of the Vlakkerfontein racing team. Then Safwan Quinton, Nismax, and RZDV are part of BPP Racing. Not Sebastian, not Kimi, and not Fernando are part of Not Sober Racing. Pajama Llama, EH Boucher, and AD77, part of Rock of Villains. Then Staffy, Springbok Gamer, and Boinkies, they are at Oceans Free. Then the two Carter Boys and Vino, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight due to connection issues, they are part of VSK Racing. Not Maverick, the guy there at the bottom at the moment, that is one of our reserve drivers for the season. Just waiting for the likes of Lama to finish, and the session can be completely over. Well, he and EHR, so both villains are still out there, as well as Raptor, mind you. The car called Jelly Bean. Right, just confirmation now they finished. Of course, at this stage it doesn't really matter. It's just to make it through to the next session. RGDV didn't post a time, but that should be enough still to pull him through to the next session, as the other four cars did all retire. Just to show you again who our four victims were to crash out. AD, not Kimi, Staffy, and not Maverick. Of course, Staffy and Maverick went very early, O'Rourke and Raiderlin. Unfortunately, yeah, not the easiest corner sequence there. It's actually one of the most, if not the most talked about sequence of corners in F1. Of course, that's also the start of coming through there where everything went wrong miserably last year, where we unfortunately lost the driver, Hubert, Anthony Hubert. Right, Q2 is underway, clock has started ticking down, weather still look the same, and Staffy still didn't respond with a weather update, so far no comments from Boinkies either. So I have no idea what the weather report for the race is like. Ooh, the judge disqualified from the session already. Oh, well. Might be that he was just faced the wrong way or something. There is a yellow flag, that can be. Might have spun it and then just facing the wrong way. Ooh, some tough times here. Of course, as you can see there, a couple of guys already showing strategy. That's the tyres pretty much what they want to start the race on. Staffy, you retired, so probably now you can't check nothing. It's spectator mode for you all the way. Yeah, so thanks for the reminder. That's why I didn't hear from you yet. My bad. Boinky's dropping me like a bad habit tonight. Normally he's the one giving me the weather report. A couple of guys said that they have a pretty good feeling that it's going to rain here. Looking at the weather so far here in practice, that looks practice in qualifying, that looks possible. But of course, we saw it before, a bit of a wet or gloomy qualifying and a nice hot sunny race. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's nicely balanced actually for a change, that. Not a lot of guys going for the mediums as you initially would think. But yeah, that's how it's going to be. It's going to be nice and balanced. We'll have to wait to see which is going to be the best. Of course, you starting back, you're probably going to go on hard. Push that first and as far as you can. Of course, just stay out of trouble, keep it clear. Let them trip over each other in front, and you make up the places. Oh no, an 80 with connection issues. Depends also how you look after your tire staff. 100% race distance after all. It can actually be more. But these mediums do seem to last. The softs obviously don't last that long. But then again, Spa's not that much of an abrasive track as you would expect. I've seen tracks that are far more abrasive, especially on those soft tires. If you can do 13, 14 laps of it, it's a lot. So it also depends on the track surface. Of course, if you have someone like a DW in the mix, then you can make anything happen with those tires. You don't care. You can really push it. Carboy 45 provisionally fastest on that, so I was starting my sentence. Quentin goes fastest with a whole 2 seconds. 1:45.3. Of course, this is just to make sure that you get it through to Q3. That's where it matters. Q3 is where you can go out and compete for pole. Just one of the villains just pulling off, making space for somebody, looks like it. Not Sebastian went slightly faster than Quinton. Ooh, and there we go. One of the BPP drivers actually losing it at Rouge, RJDV. But he managed to just keep it together. As you can see there, also pink helmet matching his car livery. So pink racing suit. Looks like he could at least save a car, no damage. Yeah, no, both end plates of the wing or front wings also still intact. Raptor with his jelly bean on his outlap. But I actually see Raptor also got a number 13 on his car, so both drivers got number 13 on their cars. Of course, that's one thing about multiplayer car, it allows you to do the same number, it doesn't really matter. But mind you, I actually saw normal F1 cars also where two drivers had the same number. So 13 and 13, after all both got 13 in their names as well. As long as they don't act like they're 13 years old, it's all fine. KB55 slowing down tremendously. Not sure why, because there's no car close in front or behind him. And Nismax goes fastest, 145.1. RJDV back on it, here we go, Rouge again. And he made it safely through, but it's an invalidated lap. Still got Gaff Peak to come out. Raptor is still out there. Gaff Peak to post a time still. Boinkies is out there. The Gaff Peak and Boinkies are the only guys to still set the time. Because one thing with multiplayer cars, you don't see the driver name above the garage. And of course it doesn't mean that they all will stop at the same pit box either. They will pretty much be able to stop all three together if you look at them not using the same pit box. I think those guys in front is not going to worry about it too much. But 145s, even the low 146s, they're pretty safe. These guys with the 147s or even high 146s that need to think about improving those lap times. We got the judge early casualty, so 3 more drivers to be eliminated after this round, just over 6 minutes to go. Got no yellow flag by that, just a car slowing down to allow a faster car through. Raptor going slow, obviously he's also on his way back to the pit. Vouchers are on the outlap again. RJDV still out there. Validated lap. Gaff Peak out there. See if he can get up front again like in Q1. He was right up here with the boys. Because it's a guy that have a potential to put the car on pole. He did do so a couple of times last season. Also previous championship winner, so he's definitely got in it. Yeah, there we go. Raptor did make his way to the pit and he decided enough is enough. Bring on the next session. Right, and Gavbeek is about to start his hot lap. Boinky is provisionally in 5th, a 1:45.5. Just drive on board here with a pig. Nice ice blue helmet design. His helmet doesn't match the car like Raptor is doing. Keep it left, swing to the right, just enough corner. Keep it clean, valid lap so far. Through the hardest part now, it's just to hit for braking points at the right time. First, purple first sector. So far so good. Approaching the split now, we're going to see what did he do for sector 2. Purple sector 2 it is. And he's on the harder tyre compared to Nismax, who is currently in first place. Just over 3 minutes to go. Yellow flag, but that's behind the pig. Past stop chicane. Be careful of too much corner, you don't want to invalidate your lap now. DRS wide open, start finish line coming up, and second. Lost some time in the final sector, 1:45.2. Of course, it's right up there with not Sebastian, also 1:45.2, and Quentin with a 1:45.3. Of course, Nismax still the fastest at 1:45.1. Gavbeek has slowed down. Realize, of course, he's made it through to the next session. No need to go all out here and risk the car at this stage. But Sebastian is out again, not sure why. Not Kimi is his team's race engineer tonight. Charles probably tagged along. That's Fernando, of course. Whenever not, you can see even not also showed in the team name, not. Carter boy, I can understand why he's out. He's right on the border. He's under threat. Of course, 45 EH Boucher and RGDV need to push. RGDV still with the invalidated lap. Roots didn't do it for him. He's not going to have enough time to come around and give it another go. So unfortunately that means RGDV is also out. Now Sebastian breaking to the 1:44, so 1:44.7. Okay, Boucher in the pit, so he's over, so that also means he will be eliminated. Lama's in the pits, he's also going to be eliminated, so Carter Boy 45 is safe. Lama, EH Boucher, and of course RZDV will be the guys eliminated. Even if RZDV finish this lap, it's an invalidated lap, so he's not gonna make it through to the next session. Here we go, just confirmation those three guys did not make it. So yeah, we're just waiting for RGTV to make his way back to the pits and retire. That's pretty much the only driver left, because everyone else crossed the start finish line or retired. RGTV can even select retire on the out on track. He's the only car on track. It's not like he's gonna jeopardize anybody. And there we go. Q2 done and dusted. Oh wow, Mr. Netlin. Just confirmation at the bottom of those four guys not making it through. Of course, the judge got a disqualification very early, right at the start actually. Not sure what that was for. Can be one of those silly ones, swing around, facing the wrong way kind of thing, not sure. Both car boys made it through to the top 10. And yeah, so there's 2 of BBP and there's 2 of Oceans Free. And of course there's 2 of Flakkerfontein also in there. And of course 2 from VSK. And of course not Fernando and not Sebastian, that means 2 of not sober as well. So the only team not featuring in the top 10 tonight is Rock of Villains. One of the cars got retired in Q1, the other 2 did not make it through to Q3. They went out at the end of Q2. Otherwise all 5 other teams has got 2 drivers each. Everybody now ready to get out there. 7 drivers already out. 3 remaining in the pits for now. Oh. Of course, invalidated lap doesn't matter, it's all still just out laps. Of course, Raptor is leading the pack. First guy out there. No, 2 of 5 teams, not every team. The 6 team, 1 team didn't make it into the top 10. But your team, of course, besides you, there's 2. Your other 2 guys are there, so it's 5 teams with 2 drivers each. Yeah, so villains are the only guys who didn't get a car there in the top 10. Hello, Cor. Hope it's going well that side. Would have been better if we had some F1 coming, but yeah, with Corona, yeah, unfortunately that's just a dream at this moment. Now a couple of you guys were looking forward to Zandvoort later this year, but now it doesn't look like we're going to see any F1 this year. Only F1 we're seeing, of course, is virtual. Raptor, of course, showing purple sectors, but that's, of course, he's in front. Doesn't mean he's necessarily the fastest. Carterboy 45 have retired. Not Fernando's on the outlap, so it's only Quinton is back in the pits. And then Nismac still in the pits, Boinkies is out as well. Just under 8.5. Nismac still waiting patiently. Not Sebastian there with a purple second sector. Raptor will be the first guy to cross the line. .144.4. Not Sebastian coming over now. Springbok Gamer 145. Not Sebastian goes second at 144.5. Not much between him and Raptor. KB55 still in there. Oh, and there he goes, invalidated lap. Be so careful to not take too much of a curb. Quentin on out lap now. Not Fernando on his out lap. It's pretty much the next guy to finish first, to cross the start finish line. Approaching the bus stop chicane now, slowing down, here we go, into the bus stop, last corner, DRS open, start finish line coming up, and 146.8. Of course, Carterboy with that invalidated lap, Nismac still in the pits, Cappic also invalidated lap, he's gonna have to do it all over again. Wrapped in the pits now, and comes Sebastian as well. Bunkies looks like he's also on his way back to the pits, not going extremely fast. Yep, Bunkies definitely going slower. Springbok Gamer also in the pits. See if Quentin can do something about that times up front. Cappic with a 144.004. Can Gafpick actually take this momentum into the race and actually make something of it in the race? 5 minutes to go and still no Nismax. Leaving it very late again. But then again, it has paid dividend for him in the past. There we go. Quentin with a purple second sector. KB55 is in the pits. Here we go. Quentin coming around now, final corner. DRS wide open, start finish line coming up, and second, a 144.42. Very close between him and Raptor. Just 200. Because at least he set the time. Carterboy 55 on the outlap again. Just came in for a quick one, and when he went out, and there we go, we finally see Nismax making his way out. Team BPP with that nice pink and silver livery. There's Nismax's teammate, currently in second place. He probably might make his way back to the pits if there is time for him to to put on a new set of boots if you want, and just give it another go. Of course, if he didn't take too much out of his tires, he could just keep it slow, save a fuel, get to a start finish line, and then full throttle and have another go at it. Only two guys out at the moment. Well, as I say that, there's actually other guys also in outlaps. Actually, a whole bunch. It's only Raptor in the pits with not Sebastian. All the other guys on outlaps. Even Gav Peak. Nismax on his first outlap. These guys already going on another outlap. Carterboy 55 still to set the time. 45 is our first casualty. He did retire, unfortunately. So if everybody here just sets a time, lowest place will be 9th, as Carterboy will move down to 10th place. Nismax coming around for final corner now, approaching start finish line to start his hot lap. Nice about PvP, all three drivers went for different helmet designs. Even the race suits are not exactly the same. Mr. RZDV looks more like the glitz and glamour guy if you look at the race suit. But Nismax sporting the livery in his racing suit and helmet. Purple first sector, can he keep us going? Oh, not Fernando disqualified from section, parked in a dangerous location. That can also have been something that a type of thing that might have happened. Oh, Nismax loses it, and he goes into the barrier. No, that's not going to be good enough. He's got to stay in 9th. Not Fernando disqualified, so he's going to move to the end. If Nismax can just still go around and just put a time on the board, it can still put him in front of Carterboy 45. Just touched the corner a little too much there in the back and wasn't happy with that. He didn't pick up much damage, but unfortunately there's not enough time to come around and do another lap. And maybe if he could have just swung it around a little quicker, he could have made it around to try to go for another lap. But as you can see, that front wing there, that's jeopardizing him. Normally you take that corner at full speed and keep it on the road. And this makes just going to go for it to just put a time on it. There we go, that takes him to 8th. He will start being ahead of Carter Boy and not Fernando. Carter Boy 45 of course. 55, no, that's not a quick going car, so that's pretty much him done dusted. Springbok Gamer down the pitch, he's going to also retire now. Not Sebastian and Raptor out there, as well as Gaffbeak. Gaffbeak comes into the pitch, invalidated lap time there, so it's between Raptor and not Sebastian. Not Sebastian, the car in front. So Jeff playing tricks on the BPP team. Not Sebastian approaching the bus stop chicane now. Turning into the bus stop. Last corner. Nice and tidy. DRS wide open. And not Sebastian goes faster, so 143.9. What can Raptor do? No, Raptor goes third. But they both moved up. Not Sebastian gets the pole. Raptor just behind his teammate there. Actually moves Quinton down. Of course, 6 bonus points for pole position. That will be coming. That will come now. Not Sebastian's way. There we go. Just confirmation. Not Sebastian taking pole. Gaffbeak and then Raptor in 3rd place. Rest of the grid will be Quinton in 4th, Boinkies 5th, Springbok Game in 6th, Carterboy 55 in 7th, and Nismax in 8th. Of course, Carterboy 45 will start in 9th. Didn't post a time, and not Fernando will take 10th as he was disqualified. Bring on the race. Right, just waiting for everybody to finalize their strategies. Of course, as soon as the first person are ready, there will be a clock counting down. Oh wow, there is Swayze. Hello, Swayze. Oh well, Gavin is clapping dop all the time. That Heine is flowing. It's like Wazzy with Uncle Charles. Wazzy never goes anywhere without Uncle Charles. There we go. Force 3, 2, 1, and finish. There we go. Just of course the formation lap there you can see all the cars line up in those liveries. Nice sight. Must say these guys really put in the effort. It was first time this season that you see all 18 cars if you want, all 17 cars together. You can see all liveries almost in one shot. I gave it that, sorry Swayze. Wazzy is there. As you can see, not Kimi, that's actually Wazzy. And not Sebastian, that's actually Muna. Not Maverick, that's DeWitt. Pretty much the rest of the guys are all still the same, pretty much the same names there. Only other one, of course, on the group, that's Boinkies, that's Ronald, obviously. But otherwise, everyone else are pretty much the same as they were as you last saw them. Yeah, so obviously you will be supporting for the team Not Sober Racing. Not Sober Racing has got not Sebastian, not Kimi, and not Fernando. All your bras. Why is he there? Not Kimi. Let me just show you there. Not Kimi. 16th place, that's where he's going to start. Yeah, here's Uncle Not Kimi, aka Wazi. Not Sebastian is Muna. That's the guy in front. That is Wazi's teammate. Not Sober. Just waiting for everybody to line up. Not Maverick, just also sporting the colors of team Not Sober Racing tonight. Of course, all the knots and the not in the team name. So you can see the unity there with those guys. Right, and we are racing. Not Sebastian did a good getaway, so did Gaff Peak. His teammate is there on the inside. But both Gaff Peak and Not Sebastian running wide. Oh, and we got one of the Not Sober cars with the back spinning. Not Fernando, looks like the unlucky person there. Oh, and a huge impact there for Gaff Peak. Flying out of Eau Rouge into the barrier at full speed. You saw that one coming. 5 seconds penalty, severe collision with Not Sebastian. Raptor making contact with Not Sebastian. Gaff Peak, the first person. He did so well in qualifying, kept it clean, no mistakes, nothing in Eau Rouge, and then all of a sudden this happened. And that obviously deployed safety car out on the first lap. Not Sebastian got a little bit of way, but that gap that he made up is now all gone. Speaking of which, there's Not Sebastian, Raptor second. Quinton currently in third. We got Boinkies in fourth. Springbok Gamer fifth. Nesmax up to 6th. Carboy 45 up to 7th. Pajama Lama also with a nice jump into 8th. Not Kimi. Not Kimi from 16th to 9th place. What a start for Not Kimi. AD currently in 10th. Staffy up to 11th. EH Boucher 12th. RZDV in 13th. Not Maverick up to 14th. Carboy 55 down to 15th. Not Fernando to 16th, and the judge currently in 17th. Surely a couple of these guys will come into the pits. I'm sure there was some damage there. Bit of turmoil there on the first lap. Of course, the Peak retiring there through Eau Rouge. Ja nou, gevark in my gelyk in quali en toe gebeur die nou. Yeah, Raptor in the pit. Looks like there might have been some damage. He did get that penalty because of the severe damage. You see there, you did see a yellow wing, but he's stopping elsewhere. There we go, just serving the penalty as well. New front wing will go on, so extreme damage on that wing. It's going to be here at the back, jeopardize his race somewhat. Oh, Not Fernando also coming in, also some extensive damage by the looks of it. He did replace swing and stuff, so he's already on his way. Judge now up to 15th. France, the only way you're going to see a replay is if you on the stream rewind it. but I didn't see any contact or anything. Not sure if somebody might have bumped him, but from what I got, it was pretty much him just losing the car into the famous Rouge, that Ray Dillon Rouge sequence, and he just went flat into the barrier. Because not Fernando will catch up with the pack. Safety car is helping that along. Not Sebastian and Safwan changing places there, but it's not for real, because at the end of the day it's behind safety cars. Got some weird stuff happening here. This must be lag. Internet connection. This does not look well. This does not look good. It looks like two bunnies going at it. And again. But I can show you that is just lag. There's no way you can do that and get away with it. In fact, there is no way to drive on top of a cover car. Of course, if that was real contact, you would have seen wings and stuff flying all over the place. Boinky is running in third. Of course, champion of season 4. Defending champion, if you want to call him that as well. Oceans 3 also did well here. 2 of their cars here in the top 4. BBP got 2 cars in the top 5. Not Sebastian keeping Not Sober Racing's flag flying. Only victim so far is Gav Peak. First lap crash that triggered the safety car. Raptor not Fernando at the back, of course. There's Raptor's teammate just in front of him, the judge. Oh, and AD has left the session. Oh, it looks like the judge has got front wing damage, but just the end plate that's missing. Not enough for him to want to pit at this stage. AD leaving that session, so that car probably ghosting. Unless he miraculously recovered it. Doesn't look like it's ghosting at the moment. Staffy running in the points. Of course, points are given this season from first place right to 15th. First place will get 30 points. It will work all the way down to 2 points when 15th. If there's cars that finish outside 15, so all of those cars that finishes outside the top 15, they will get a point each. So it's all to play for. So as it is now, everybody will get points. It just depends where they finish. That's going to determine how much points. Safety car will be coming in this lap. We will be back to normal racing conditions shortly. People's internet's acting up. Not Sebastian rightfully showing in front now again. But again, that might be lag, not sure giving us the full picture, because I can assure you Quinto will not let him get away that far. Carbon 55 see a collision with not Maverick. Here we go, and the bumping bunnies are back. Here we go, 80 joint. Let's hope he can reclaim his car. Carboy with a severe collision. Those guys are on a warning. Already starting the race with the season with minus points. Because having incidents like that will not help. because that will potentially end up in the seats being reviewed. Sebastian still leading the pack. And Nismax has gotten past Springbok Gamer, who lost actually a couple of places, not Kimi all the way up to fifth. That is actually the biggest jumper so far, from 16th where he started into 5th place. So Not Sober now has got 2 cars in the top 5 and BBP's got 2. The race is on between Not Sober and BBP. Hakim is still sporting his helmet. He did not change any of his helmet design stuff or the pattern nor the color. It's still the same as it was last season. Springbok Gamer all the way to last place. Oh, but extensive wing damage there. That can also explain why he started dropping back so badly. So he's obviously on his way back to the pits. Not Fernando got past the judge. He's chasing after Raptor. Raptor's got Carterboy in his sights. So remaining Carterboy. 150.5 for now for Not Sebastian, fastest lap. Not Maverick also still working his way up, putting Bouch under pressure. So surely there will be a pass soon. And Not Maverick's going to have a look on the inside. And he makes it stick. But yet Boucher cuts on the back on the inside. He's got the softer tyres. But Not Maverick will have a better line into Eau Rouge. Oh, and 80 retired from the session. There we go. Our second retirement. And that's another safety car number 2. Oh, and Springbok Gamer actually getting an escort out of a pit. As he comes out, the safety car was deployed. Of course, safety car will allow him through. So he can actually catch up at the back. So by the time the safety car comes in, he should be with the pack again. Not Fernando up to 14th now. Ian Raptor busy with that climb back to the top. Already we made it into the top 10, currently in 9th, just behind Staffy. At least on the bright side, with this race up front, you know our Rouge is done and dusted, it's out of the way. No need to worry about it. Not coming up later. Got up 45, holding on the 6 at the moment. Not Kimi, but he's going to have to give that position back. Oh, and it looks like Carterboy hit him. Yeah, Carterboy's got damage. Yeah, 45 now, severe collision with Kimi. And I must be honest, I don't like what I'm seeing. One Carterboy with a severe collision. Carterboy with a severe collision with Not Maverick, and now the other Carterboy with a severe collision with Not Kimi. Losing Not Kimi 2 places there. Of course, you could see clearly that one as Kimi went past Nismax. Of course, not Kimi had to give a position back because we're under safety car. No passing allowed, of course, under safety car. So, as not Kimi was slowing to let Nismax back pass him again, that's when it was re-ended by that Carterboy. Will now drop to 14th place, just in front of 55. But I say again, I do not like what I'm seeing from both Carterboys. We're already on thin ice, and this is the driver behavior they come back to. Those seats will definitely be under review after this race. Nesmax into 4th, of course, still there, overtaking earlier, was up to 5th early in the race, right up to 4th, still behind Boinkies. So Team BBP looking good, 2 drivers in the top 5, the other one is in 8th. I would hope it finished like this. Leading up to this race, looking at the candidates in it, looks like team Not Sober Racing and Team BBP are the 2 teams that's going to go at each other. Of course, anything can happen, and it usually does. On those 2 front cars, bumping again. But green looks so dark from this angle, but yet when you drive on board and the sun shines on it, it's actually a nice green. Let's give it to the Ocean boys. Looking at this car, you think about the Proteas kit when it comes to pink day. Carter boy with 55 penalty. There we go, now the judge with a 5-second penalty for severe collision with number 45. Again, both Carter boys' names showing in incidents, but this time around looks like 45 might have been hit by someone, where 55 was actually involved with somebody again. 45 is in the pit. Serving a penalty, of course, as well. Raptor running just outside of the points. Only lap 7 out of 44. Majority of this race so far has been done under safety car. This also cools down the tires, so it's again it's going to make it difficult when they come to a Rouge on the resume of a race. Potential of another safety car is there. Looking at the top 6, Ocean's Free's got 2 cars in there. Staffy coming all the way from the back into 6th place. Both safety cars would have helped him nicely as well. Of course, BBP's got 2 cars in that top 6 as well. Just outside the top 6 in 7th is the other Not Sober car, so all is not lost yet. Carter boy 45 now catching up back of the grid behind Springbok Gamer. Safety car in this lap. Just need these 2 bouncy bunnies to sort out their stuff again. Here we go, bus stop chicane coming up. And here we go, Not Sebastian is ready to go. Just have to time it perfectly because that safety car is just coming to the pits, and here we go, back to full speed. Not Sebastian with a bit of a gap there. Quinton under pressure there from Boinkies. Mismatch hanging on to them. Not Maverick retired now. Rouge claimed its next victim. can see that a route section again is where the yellow flag is. Surprise, surprise. Number 2, 3 and 4 very close to each other. But while they're battling, it just allows not Sebastian to get away. He will be hoping no more safety cars so that he can work on that gap. Of course, safety car comes out now again, that gap is back to 0, pretty much. Of course, Pointy's very sandwiched between the 2 BPP cars. The judge still hanging on with that damaged front wing. Oh, Springbok came with a huge moment there. Raptor with a 3-second time penalty now. I'd be surprised if he cut a bit too much corner there as he came through our route. RZDV trying to put Staffy under pressure. Akimi back into 6 here with Pajama Llama. Oh, there was a big moment there. Came very close to the barrier there, it looks like we were wide up in contact. And Pajama Llama's going down. He's dropping 10th place. Can he get it back up to speed before he gets passed by his teammate? Akimi back into 5th place, right behind Nismax again. These 3 still together. Gap now in front. Not Sebastian have it up to almost 4 seconds now. Can Nismax dispatch Boinkies here? And he can have a go at his teammate. DRS is now available from this lap. Finally we managed to have 2 laps without a safety car. 2 consecutive laps, that is. DRS wasn't even available after the first safety car when the second safety car came out. Boinky's going to have a look here at Quinton. Oh, not Fernando retires. And so is Lama. Boinky's have to dispatch Quinton. Quinton now ahead of his teammate. Can Quinton get back at Boinky's? Let's see if I can do this. People, just bear with me for a second. Right, let's see if we can get him. We're down to 13 drivers. So two of villains retired. One more remaining there, 9th place. Pouch of a sole remaining villain car. Oh, judge for a drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car. Of course, 3rd safety car out and we're only on lap 10. Of course, 2 cars, Lama and not Fernando crashing out. That triggered the safety car. Here we go, here's that cat. Mr. Not Fernando.
Good evening.
Then again, I can't say you did not predict that. You actually called that one from before the start.
The thing is, the safety car, I don't want to look for excuses, but the safety cars really don't help. I mean, every time the tires get cold and then you hit the rouge with cold tires, it's waiting to happen.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said on the stream with a second safety car. Your tire pressures drop, tire temperatures go down. Now you finally restart. Yeah, your tires are cold because you need speed to keep it to heat, and if you don't have that heat, and now someone like not Sebastian, your teammate there in front, touching 4 seconds, now all of a sudden that 4 seconds is gone again.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a frustrating race because he's obviously leading from the front, but every time he gets a bit of a gap going,
safety
gets cancelled out.
Yeah.
And he started on the soft, so obviously the strategy is to make as much ground as you can. And if you've got the safety car cancelling it out,
the safety car might help him get the distance, but it's not helping him to build the gap.
No, definitely not.
Of course, Quentin's on the hard tires, everyone around him is on the softs. That's why they move so much quicker than him.
I believe
and you need to make it count.
Was not the first casualty of Eau Rouge, so I'm not going to feel too bad. I actually witnessed a few on my way up.
We saw casualties. We saw casualties at the start of Q1. We saw our first casualty actually at the start of lap 1. Gavpik was our first guy out.
Well, we're on lap 11 and into our third safety car.
Someone actually made a joke that says there's going to be like 20 safety cars. With this rate, it's possible.
Yeah, was he joked about 5, and we all had a good laugh. And no, it's not far-fetched at all. Lap 11 of 44. Just need another 2.
I mean, this is already the most safety cars. And it's 100% race. We're only like a quarter into it. And already 3 safety cars.
Sebastian still leads from the front, leads from Boinkies. Quentin in third. Dirk in fourth.
Of course, those guys, it's just, they're all on soft except for Quentin, so he's playing the longer game. And this is like what you said, not Sebastian wanting to get away from him, using those soft tires, build a gap, so that he at least have some sort of advantage when he should move over. But yeah, Boinkies obviously jumped Quentin. Quentin along nicely because with the softer tires versus the medium tires of Quentin, not Sebastian could pull away every time when the race resumed. Now he's got now Boinkies on soft.
Out his gap each time.
And now Boinkies on soft past Quentin. So yeah, so they got the same tire number 1 and 2. So he's not going to get away that quick like he used to. So all of that's gone down the drain. But I was surprised that we actually had DRS because that's how Boinkies passed Quentin. 2-3 laps in a row without safety car and bang, another safety car.
See now, this is it's gonna play against Sebastian because those tires are already 11 laps old.
That's it.
It's gonna have to. He's gonna probably have to come in the next. I don't know. Most of this race has been done under safety car. The tire wear is probably not that bad. But he's gonna come in the next couple of laps, and that advantage he was hoping to have built, it's not gonna be there.
Nope. But all is not lost. It's still early days. Anything can still happen.
Big gainer, not Kimmy. Obviously started this race in last.
16th place, yeah, and he's currently running
towards the back. Doing a good job. That first safety car worked out perfectly for him.
But he actually also lost it 2 places. One of the Carter boys actually got him.
Yeah, we saw that. He wasn't sure what hit him, but I saw a Carter boy actually dive into the pits, and I was a little bit behind, so presumed it was that.
Well, to be honest with you, your standing teammate and your teammate actually both were victims of Carter boys. The one had a collision where Carter boy got a penalty, Of course, not Maverick, and the other one, of course, ran into not Kimi. And of course, as we said, those two seats and severe collision with Carter Boy, but it looks like it was Boucher running into them and not the other way around. But those two guys' seats will be under review. Because they came into the race already minus points, penalty they carried over from last season. And if this type of behavior, racing behavior if you want, is not helping.
Some guys have really enjoyed the build up to this race, the anticipation to round one with all the rule changes that it brings with it, and it's obviously a little bit disappointing if your race comes to an end because of somebody who's not taking it as seriously as you.
Exactly, and a lot of guys actually put in effort with a liveries. I mean, if you look at it, you guys, of course, with a different sponsor logo colors on your rear wings, making each car a little bit different. I see actually VSK did the same, but one's got a blue front wing, one's got a green front wing. So a couple of guys really put in the effort to make it happen, and of course teamwork. To be honest, I'm surprised to have that many party chats on a Friday night. Normally a bunch of guys on one chat going all at it. Now you actually see all these party chats, each with the name of their respective teams, and it's only the team guys in that party. So the guys are actually, that's what we want, just to have that atmosphere back. But like you don't just need one person who don't take it seriously or don't have the same approach, just to mess it up for everyone else.
The famous words of a Portuguese soccer manager, Jose Mourinho.
I was just about to say Mourinho.
Says it only takes one bad egg to spoil the whole omelette.
That's it, and that's so true. Not Sebastian, 1.5 second gap already. Looks like he can still make it happen. Boinkies this time is actually under pressure by Quinton on the mediums. Because those mediums are a lot fresher, and those mediums tend to go away from you, and when it comes back, because as you go on and on, your lap times actually you can get faster laps from it later in the race. So yeah, so Quinton's going to put Boinkies under pressure, and one more lap in DRS will be available.
Really
just
nice,
just cross
nice
fingers
looking
here.
livery there.
And Not Sebastian actually goes fastest, 150.1. I must
Really
say,
nice
I actually like all liveries. I initially said the VSK's livery I'm not very keen on, but even on the stream it actually looks better than it is on the photo shoot. But the penguin are well done nicely. But of course, looking here at this cat, Mr. Not Sebastian, as you can see, this livery, there's obviously white there, there's red there, there's black there. If you're all clever enough, you can actually figure out that's actually all Ferrari colors. And of course, if you look at the team members, not Sebastian, not Fernando, not Kimi, it's all Ferrari, ex-Ferrari drivers.
That's right.
Clever move
calling not Sebastian an ex-Ferrari driver, are you? You're gonna bring up a controversy over there.
Yeah, so just to explain the whole link to it, how the guys thought about it when they put the liveries together, just to again demonstrating the effort and the time that they put into to pull this off.
The top three, not Sebastian, Boinkies, Nismax, all three on a set of softs.
Nismax made it past Quinton.
All three basically on identical tyres, softs, 13 laps old. No difference really in the top five. Top five, all on 13 lap old tyres. Quinton is on that set of mediums though, and that might prove crucial.
DRS is now enabled. Boinkies did take out a bit of Not Sebastian's gap there. But these two BPP guys are chasing him. Nesmax at the moment in front. It's actually also not a bad thing if it might be a team strategy, because Nesmax on the faster tyres, let him have a go. Because Quinton's going to go further on this. And here we go, Nesmax on the back of Boinkies. DRS wide open, he's going to dive on the inside. Here we go, Nesmax makes it stick. Run a bit wide, can he keep it together? No, Boinkies with a better momentum. Nesmax overcooked it into the corner there. And Staffy retires from the session and a 3-second time penalty. Kimi. There goes Staffy. And safety car number 4.
Safety car number 4, and I can just imagine
not Sebastian's frustration.
Some of the words in the party chat I just came from.
3 seconds gone.
Just built up a 3-second gap, and again it's gone.
Well,
now
look
your
at the
top
bright
4
side.
all on softs.
At least our Rouge is out of the way, because you don't need to expect it later during the season. It's done, it's dusted, it's finished. I can't think of
where do we head to round 2?
I can't think of a more fearsome sequence of corners that actually strikes fear into drivers and some drivers. You know, you just mention our Rouge and guys already start shaking.
It's an awesome corner when you get it right, but the thing is, if you get it wrong once or twice and you've got that doubt,
yeah,
each time you head into
Boinkies
that corner,
you're so does Nesmax,
so does not Kimi. So that's 3 of your so does Quinton. That's surprising.
Wow, he decides those mediums is not working for him.
Maybe the medium's not giving the advantage that we thought. That means RZDV will be promoted into 2nd place, also on a set of mediums. Not Sebastian, he did not pit. Stays out in the lead for now. Maybe if he's been able to conserve those tires, maybe he's still got a lap or 2 of life in them.
Can RJDV make this count in his favour? Springbok Gamer is he also pitted 4 laps ago, so he's also on the medium tires. He's back into 3rd place. This might actually work out for him as well. Only guy
out. Really gonna change things up. Not Sebastian choosing to.
That guy is going to be frustrated as hell.
Choosing to keep track position
over the tires, yeah.
Does not dive into the pits. That means it's got RZDV right behind him on a older set of mediums. He's got Springbok Gamer, newish set of mediums, and then he's got a whole cluster of guys on brand new sets of tires.
Raptor, not Kimi, all on mediums. Quentin, of course, now went on the softs, so let's see if he can make it work for him, so he can maybe pass a couple of those guys. Otherwise, going onto the softs now is not going to work for him. In fact, he lost a few places, so he's going to have to use that softer tire to make it work for him. Of course, a couple of pink cars here, as you can see, a lot of pink, but it's 2 different teams there. Two BBPs and 2 Oceans, 3 cars there in the top 5.
Not Sebastian. Will be hoping that RZDV decides to stay out.
And hopefully
he's obviously got an older set of mediums, and if he can just slow that crowd behind him down for a lap or 2. But wonder if we're going to see any more pit stops under safety car.
But every time there was a safety car, once a safety car comes in, not Sebastian managed to pull away, even when Boinkies was behind him on the soft tires. So he's definitely the guy on the move. He's got the momentum. Because even if you look at him putting it into pole, he's still staying out.
So the problem now is a safety car. A safety car can flip a race.
And I think it looks like the judge and one of the Carter boys into the pits now.
Safety car can flip a race, but when the safety cars are so soon one after the other, you don't get to build that advantage.
Yeah, the judge having his penalty.
So the train has formed very quickly behind the safety car, maybe a lap and a half. Means if you don't pit immediately,
But
if you wait
momentum
for
is
half a
gone.
lap, you
That's
might come out right at the back. So not Sebastian could go from leading this race to rejoining the circuit in 12th. It'll be interesting to see what he does in the next couple of laps. His teammate, my teammate, not Kimi, down in 7th, but that's after a pit stop. He's got a fresh set of mediums that I think should take him to the end of the race. I'm not
possible.
sure.
27 laps.
The way we looked at it, when we were practicing earlier, a one stop should be very much possible, but I'm not sure what happened earlier there with Quinton. He pitted with a set of mediums that were 15 laps old. I'm not sure if he had damage or if he was unhappy with the tire. And if that's the case, then I think we're going to see a lot more pit stops.
Because, I mean, in 15 laps, that's where he should have made it count, and when he actually pitted with the guys on softs.
No,
but
she thought he would be out for at least another 5 or 6 laps.
Safety car in this lap again. So, of course, something that I did mention earlier on in quali as well. Spa's not that of a abrasive track as you would expect. So it's possible to push these softs a little bit further than what you think you may. Of course, the more abrasive a track is, I saw tracks where people only do like 13, 14 laps on the softs when they get rid of it.
Yeah.
Here we go, coming to the bus stop chicane now. Not Sebastian, just obviously waiting for the safety car to get to that safety car line. And comes the safety car, and here we go, and we're back to racing speed. And he times it perfectly again. Already a bit of a gap here between him and RZDV. Because the softer tire will also warm up quicker compared to the medium. So this is where he should now really push, especially if he's going to pit very soon.
RZDV also in a good position. He's worked his way up into 2nd place. On a set of
with
mediums.
Another time penalty, same place as earlier.
17 laps old.
Guys just taking too much of a corner there, coming through a route, which results in time penalties.
That is the oldest set of mediums we've seen so far. 17
RZDV,
laps on RZDV. But surely they can go a lot further. Not Sebastian, also 17, and that's on a set of softs.
All team strategy coming to play for Oceans.
Using all of the track really close to the wall on the exit.
Nesmax, Boinkies and Springbok Gamer really close to each other. RZDV now managing to move away from him a bit.
You see there in the comments section, they're on over on YouTube. Steffi just very plain and polite. I hate this track.
Yeah, I think a couple of guys feel like that, especially if you look at it, 6 guys already out. But then again, I've seen Spa before. I've actually been part of a race myself. I recall this game a few seasons ago, RZDV coming in. He had enough of those mediums. Not Sebastian goes faster yet again, so he's still making those soft tires work.
He's still going fastest on the softest compound.
And he's actually the guy who did the most laps with his tires.
From
RZDV's the other one who now are getting rid of him.
From what I've seen so far from Quinton and RZDV, those mediums not working.
Now RZDV looks like he didn't actually stop there, he did a drive-through.
Both Carter boys, as well as the judge, they seem to be all on the same strategy. They picked
not that you want to see. Oh, big moment there.
The Hards will definitely get you to the end of the race.
Nesmax with a big moment there. Nesmax spun.
There's Max to the back of the field
take
now.
him to the
Obviously,
back.
safety car every couple of laps. It's really
Looks like
compressed
no
this
front wing
field.
damage. No front wing damage.
The
Not
spin can
Sebastian.
send you
4.5
to the
seconds
back.
to Boinkies. Yeah, as I was saying, I was also part of a race where we actually did one season where it was raining, and like more than half of a grid retired that race. So yeah.
I'm not sure if it was that race. It might have been that race, but I remember doing solo commentary.
Yeah, and Springboard Gamer was the race winner.
On a 100% Belgium TNB race.
Yes, and that's where Springboard Gamer won the race. And that was before I made my debut in the commentary booth. That's it. It's correct.
That stream had a copyright.
Oh, and Quentin retires. BBP's got their first schedule. Oh, and there goes not Kimi as well. Not Sebastian with the second time penalty and virtual safety car now.
Virtual safety car. This will mess guys around as well. Can be quite a tricky one.
Oh, Nismax with a drive-through penalty now for speeding under virtual safety car.
That's why I say this can be a tricky situation sometimes.
Things are falling apart for BBP because RV didn't stop. He actually came through a drive-through. Now Nismax have to do a drive-through and Quentin retired, so BBP is actually losing it here.
Not Sebastian still leads on lap 20 of 44. He's been on those softs since the beginning of the race. Has not pitted and resumed racing. Virtual safety car is over. We're underway.
And no team has got 3 drivers in the race anymore.
Leads this race by 6 seconds now.
Made
the most of that virtual safety car.
Definitely, and still making the most of those worn tires. And he's still opening up the gap.
There is actually about a second or a second and a half worth of delta that when you're under virtual safety car you can sort of play within that delta before it tells you to catch up or before it tells you to slow down.
Correct.
And if you play it just right, you can extend your gap by a second and a half, or close the gap.
Of course, that is what happened 2 seasons ago in F1 when Vettel jumped Hamilton in Australia.
There is just that little element of play that goes each
55
way.
retires, yellow flag. Let's hope it's not another safety car. Virtual safety car again.
Safety car again.
So 4 safety cars, second virtual safety car.
And this is just really going to mess with the leader here. There's no.
He did actually
20
open
laps on those softs. We're actually looking,
no
the game reckons. The game reckons that the hards can do 39 laps. So you can almost do an entire race.
He's definitely not Sebastian. Definitely going to do 1 stop because he's pushing these tires to the last possible moment when put on the mediums, and he's done. He don't need to stop again. These other guys will have to have to stop again.
Unfortunately, we won't. Oh, at least I'm going to be here for the
entire remaining.
I'm going to be here for the commentary, not for the commentary, for the interviews.
Yes, you're going to. There's no.
So I made it. I made it somehow. I made it to the podium interviews.
And remember, I told you this morning. This earlier before race. I told you never say never. Not exactly the way that ideally you want, but at least you're still here.
Yeah, you can interview 2 of them, and I'll interview the other one.
No, you can also ask him questions. I don't care. Yeah, so no need to jump in and out. Of course, no need to go change your lobby.
The request, obviously,
it's not there. He was our first victim.
Podium interviews was something we did in the past. We haven't done it in quite some time. It was requested that it make a return, and the man who requested it brought out today's first safety car.
Not Sebastian is in.
And how was,
doesn't mean he's losing
how was
places.
That pole position right at the end there?
Hey, nicely timed.
7,000ths of a second.
And that's 7 bonus points for him. Sorry, 6 bonus points for Paul.
Rouge robbed us of quite the battle. Gavin looked fast.
There's Boucher, not Sebastian,
never
he's
got
out.
to see much.
Just down to 6th place, 5th place. He's just ahead of Raptor. It's actually all guys, and he's actually already close to 2 of him. He's on the fresher tires and actually on the softer tire compared to 1 of him.
RZDV behind not Sebastian,
6,
but
yeah.
on a very old set of mediums, 21 laps old. So
We judge on March behind him.
I actually think he's taken these mediums the longest.
This makes Surfy's drive through.
Comes out at the back of the field.
BBP still got 2 cars there, so good points here up for grabs.
Obviously points going all the way down to 15th, if I'm not mistaken.
And
so,
thereafter, just 1 point for whoever finishes outside 15th, just for finishing. But yeah, you're right, it's mainly up to 15th. 30 for the win and 2 for 15th place.
Today just 9, a lot of points thrown away.
Yep.
Just 9 people will be picking up points.
All those guys that retired just by merely finishing, they would have gotten points, just depending where they finished. So that's also just, you know,
Not
just
Sebastian
to let
now getting close to Boucher. So lining up a move
there we
for that
go, there we
fourth
go.
place.
He's gonna have a look. Definitely brave on the brakes, and he's into 4th. Carter Boy for 45 next. He's on the harder tires. Surely he's not gonna keep him back for long.
Gonna wanna be
Got
careful.
DRS as well.
He's got history with.
Yeah, with the Carter Boys. Oh, and he runs wide, and that opens the door nicely for Not Sebastian. Back into 3rd. Springbok Gamer next person.
Along with him.
Not Sebastian now going after the 2 remaining Oceans 3 cars. Because he is set, he's on the better tyres, and he is set to the end of the race. He can definitely finish the race on the set of tyres. So looking very good for Not Sebastian. Just need to keep it all together.
We'll be hoping for no more safety cars, no more interruptions.
And this is actually touch wood. The longest stint without a safety car.
Just also in the comment section there from Pyjama Llama. Just an unavoidable accident.
Yeah, and the car
Came to the
was
top
in his
of
way.
Rouge and there was a car on the exit, and I'm pretty sure that car was me.
I was just about to say, because you two retired shortly after each other, so I think it was you, and then he saw you, and then
If you had seen my incident, I can confidently say that if that was in real life, I would not be in the comm box.
Definitely not shaken up.
Not to exaggerate, but I hit the wall and both tires came off the car, and
Not
I must have
Sebastian
spun.
gaining ever so slightly.
I spun so many times it looked like a glitch.
5-second penalty now for Springbok Gamer. Because that's the other thing that still comes into play. Not Sebastian must just be careful of the penalties, because Boinkies is not known as somebody who gets penalties. 1:49.7 on the mediums, fastest lap there now for Not Sebastian as he continues his pursuit after Oceans 3. Raptor now the fastest lap. But of course he's got a couple of cars to still get past. Got his teammate behind him. Already we still happy with those mediums. There we go, the 2 jelly bean cars. Judge actually came past Raptor. Raptor now having a look, getting back at him. Raptor on the softer tire.
Interesting livery, very colourful.
Yeah, jelly beans.
Spot.
Jelly bean car that reminds you of a packet of jelly beans. Oh, big lock up here for Judge. gap now just over 4 seconds. Not Sebastian still gaining. Springbok Gamer.
And this Max in ninth, doing everything he can to catch those two.
Still 20 laps remaining after this, so it's all to fight for. It's not over.
Obviously, now would be a good time for a safety car as far as not Sebastian is concerned. That would.
Here we go, and Boucher makes his move on Carterboy and he's into 4th. And he's got DRS for good measure, so he can hopefully use that to get away a bit.
It's a bit wide, that lets Carterboy come back at him.
But he keeps the line nicely. Carterboy was thinking to go on the inside, but thought better of it. Not with our Rouge approaching. Carterboy 45 3-second time penalty. He definitely cut corner there, and as he gains a position, and if he makes a stick, it's actually a legal overtake. Because he's got the DRS because he was at the back, but he actually cut that corner, which gave him more momentum before the DRS. But Boucher actually did take the position way back.
Bastion still in 3rd. Springbok Gamer 2nd.
Gap is still coming down.
Boinkies leads.
I can't
9
see
laps on those mediums.
I can't see Boinkies and Springbok Gamer finishing on these tyres we're on now.
And have to do another 19 laps. Seems like a bit of a stretch. RZDV has done 24 laps on that set of mediums.
Nasma's chasing down the judge.
Boinkies could finish this race on that set of mediums, but it's going to be a stretch.
Touch and go.
The last thing you need on this racetrack, it's a 7-kilometer racetrack. If you get a puncture,
Not Sebastian goes fast as 149.1.
Get a puncture in sector 1, it's going to take you a long time to get back.
Oh yes.
And the way the safety car has compressed the field, a puncture could mean you finishing in last.
Of course, if there was no safety car, you could have had bigger gaps by now.
The race could have looked very different.
Definitely. But it's like you said as well, that cold tyres that you have when you restart also didn't help the guys through our Rouge. Because the big thing about our Rouge is that direction change. You go in one direction and you're hardly in the corner when you immediately must change direction just to change direction again at the top.
Thing is, for me, it feels like you sort of get into a groove of it. And then if you lose it at some point, the rest of the times I go into that corner for the rest of the race, I've got just a little bit of doubt. And yeah.
And that's exactly that. There was a lot of doubt before the start of the race about a Rouge.
Because I went through a Rouge pretty much every time I went through a Rouge. It was pretty much fine. I had one moment early on in the race, but nothing much. My tyres were cold. And then the lap before I retired, I had a big moment going up a Rouge.
And there's for confidence.
And that made the difference.
Because second time around again, you doubted yourself, and that was enough.
I actually, when I retired, I actually got off the throttle, going up a Rouge, and then jumped back on the throttle. And when I jumped back on the throttle, that's what caused the backs to jump out. But that moment going into the corner, jumping off the throttle, that's what caused it. Just that little bit of doubt. Sebastian now getting closer to Springbok Gamer. That gap 1.5 seconds. He's going to be on the back of that car pretty soon. He's going to get into DRS range. And he's going to have tyres that are...
Oh, Springbok Gamer's left the session.
Springbok Gamer left the session.
Carterboy 45 falls out.
Not sure what happened there. I'm going to ride with Nizmax, so I can see what happened. That was at the top of a Rouge, it seems. There we go, yep.
Yep.
Same place as me, just opposite side of the track. Luckily did not register a safety car.
Nismax has passed the judge. Not Sebastian now in second place, chasing down Boinkies.
8 drivers remain from the 18 that started. Let's have a look here. Right on board with Springbok Gamer. See if this car is still ghosting.
No, I haven't seen him joining us yet.
I've not seen him joining.
Gap already started coming down. It was just over 8 seconds a moment ago. It's now under 8 seconds again. Not Sebastian gaining.
He's got second place as well as first place, both on a set of mediums. See Munner's mediums. Keep on calling him Munner, but he's not Sebastian. Not Sebastian. Medium, 6 laps old.
And he's actually the guy with the freshest tyres out there.
He's got mediums as well, but they're double the age. They're 12 laps old. So he just needs to hold it together.
That's it.
And the lap times will come to him. The lap times will, or should, fall away from the leader. RZDV just showing how far those mediums can go. Done 27 laps on those mediums. Started the race with that set.
Gap now under 7 seconds. Not Sebastian's going down to under 7.
We're looking to have a sprint at the end on the softs. That gap 6.1 seconds at the front.
Well, now under 6.
5.9. Just jumping under 6. Springbok Gamer, that gap getting bigger pretty quickly, so I can't really see on screen if he's ghosting, but I think he is, because not going very quickly. Gap 5.8 seconds, just coming down by a tenth of a second in the last lap, and as I say, that goes back up to 5.9. 1.149.0, fastest lap of the race. It's actually quite interesting that the fastest laps of the race are coming through on mediums. Wonder if RZDV will be able to steal the fastest lap at the end there. He's going to be one of the only drivers on softs for a sprint at the end. Obviously pick up the extra bonus point for fastest lap. Something still in it there. So if not Sebastian wins this race, picks up points for pole and fastest lap, how much does that equate to?
Of course, the win is 30 points. Fastest lap is now 2 points, not the 1 point like last season.
2 points.
So that's 32 points pretty much, finishing at top and get the fastest lap. Of course, plus the 6 for the pole that he got.
Sole pole position, so it'll be 58 points.
Correct.
From one round. But first he needs to
finish.
Catch Twinkies, catch Ronald.
Finish. And he's doing,
and obviously finish.
He's under 5 seconds now. He's catching him at actually a good rate. Boucher actually 70 seconds, but he's ahead of Springbok Gamer. But Springbok Gamer car's now under threat from Raptor. Surely Raptor is going to get past him. Yeah, no, he's definitely going to get past him. There's no way. Springbok Gamer still ghosting.
Your leader heads up for Rouge.
And Rapt is into fourth.
Wish I had seen that earlier.
RJDV is now on the softs.
Just noticed that Boinkies goes up the entire stretch of Eau Rouge in 7th. I'm in 8th before I enter Eau Rouge. Something interesting. Helps to sit in the comm box. Boinkies leads 3.8 seconds. Gap drops into the 3s. Getting close. Archer still doing a good job to hold things together. They're in 3rd place. So a nice livery on that car. Very McLaren Honda Alonso era. Red and black and grey. They're on e-voucher.
Yeah.
Like this, like the livery reminds me of the McLaren. Not the best memories of McLaren, that livery actually. Just ask Fernando. Whoa! Raptor has a big accident. Big accident, facing the wrong way, reversing on. Hope he doesn't join the track. Ooh! Does join the track, but Nismax and not sure, 2 cars just went past him. Now runs wide. You see now just getting a bit frustrated. Just get your head down. 13 laps to go. Points still on the table. Ooh, big broken wing. Obviously red on both sides. He dives into the pits. It's going to elevate his teammate. Judge will take 7th place away from him any moment now. Here we go. Raptor stationary in the pits. There's Max in 6th. So many pink cars, really confusing. Let's have an interesting battle here, 4th, 5th place. RZDV up into 4th, Nismax up into 5th. They've been promoted. Springbok Gamer has joined the lobby.
Oh, finally.
Well, obviously going to take him also a few moments to regain control of that car. When he does, he's going to find that he's gone down from, was it 2nd, 3rd? 3rd to 6th. Not going to be too happy. Luckily the safety car didn't do anything, or the AI car didn't do anything too crazy. Sometimes they like to go for multiple pit stops while you're away. That can really derail your race. Fastest lap of the race, 1:48.4. RZDV on a set of softs. Picks up those 2 points for now. If anyone can take it away from him. Raptor has also come out on a fresh set of softs. Might be looking for that fastest lap. We've missed it, but not Sebastian has taken the lead of this race. It's by 1.6 seconds. It's on the fresher tyre. I'm not sure. Didn't see what happened there. Wankies has lost the lead of this race. He's in 2nd. Gap now 2 seconds. Boucher still third. RZDV fourth. Miss Max fifth. Springbok Gamer hopefully is in control of that car once again. He's down in 6th place. Followed by Judge in 7th. Raptor, who's had a really mixed day. He's down in 8th. Got a set of softs on that car. He can really just give it everything. He's got light fuel, fastest tyre. Could potentially get the fastest lap. Pick up an extra 2 points. Make up for finishing in 8th. It's not going to be that easy. 148.1. RZDV improves again. New fastest lap of the race.
Now really making those softs work for him.
See now towards the end of the race, car's a lot lighter. We've got those softs on.
Can Raptor make one final push from Jan with 11 laps to go? See if he can make some points. He's not that far off.
There we go,
Judge.
147.2.
That's it. He's on the ball. He's there. He's making use of him.
The 2 runners on track with softs, trading fastest lap times.
Yep, and both of them are on the move.
11 laps to go. Lap 33 or 44.
Can Boucher keep his car in front of RZDV, of course. Not Sebastian would just want to do the same as well.
Simons have stabilized. Been on 8 for a while. The latest 2 casualties were the Carter boys.
Yep.
Both of them have since retired.
Luckily no safety cars there.
10 laps to go, not Sebastian leads from Boinkies. That second place should be pretty safe.
6 laps younger as well. He's making it count now. He finally gets that gap that he's been working so long for, and just to avoid to be demolished by the safety car.
I wonder if Boinkies and Boucher are also going to come in and finish on soft. Those tyres will be touch and go. 28 laps. I think RZDV did 27. So it is possible.
Definitely.
They're just not going to be in the best shape. I don't know if they're going to be in any sort of shape to...
Boinkies and Boucher will be on 50 laps pretty much done with these tyres, and if they do that.
They're going to have to be defending from RZDV. Obviously wants that podium. Started on in the back of the field, and I think he also started with negative.
Big time.
I think he also started with negative points. I think so.
Yes, you're correct.
He could definitely use fastest lap and every point he can get here in Belgium, just to get his season going. Obviously those penalties came about from a messy round 10 last week.
Correct. But of course, if he finishes where he is now, that minus will be something of a plus, and he will be back on positive. Unfortunately, the 2 Carter boys will remain where they are. Boinkies now 7 seconds, almost 8 seconds behind Sebastian. The gap that he had just a few laps ago on Springbok Gamer is now actually what he's behind, not Sebastian. RZDV still gaining beyond Boucher.
I think as far as the Carter boys go, I think after some of the footage, Might be a few more penalties, but in round 2, they will both be watched very closely. We obviously don't want repeat incidents with the same names. And if they don't show an improvement,
that's unfortunately, that will be it. They will be out of this league.
unfortunately we will have to find someone to take up those seats.
Gap in front now over 10.5 seconds. RZDV now less than 1.5 behind Boucher, getting closer and closer to the RS range.
Sebastian,
and as I say that, he actually
lead.
moves into the RS. But, I'm so bad. And in front of, and just before the start of the race, no, he won't get podium. And here we go. He just gets past you, and he's actually in a podium position.
When he's got his head screwed on right, he's one of the quickest men out there.
Previous,
if you've ever seen him,
he's an old champion as well, so he's definitely got the ability.
If you've ever seen him on a song in Monaco,
Here
then
we go.
you can't tell me that he can't drive. I've seen him win many a race in Monaco.
And Monaco is one of those difficult tracks we all know.
That is a driver's track.
And he wins Monaco at 100%. And you just holding on there for now, but he's, RZDV is going to have a better line. He keeps on side by side, and RZDV makes it stick. RZDV into third. And he's actually on a podium position. 8 laps to go. You just need to keep it clean. When podium is definitely is. And then after he said no, it's not going to happen. It will never happen.
7 laps on those softs. Man in front of him, 22 seconds up the road. On a set of mediums, 20 laps old. How far will he take those mediums?
Gap coming
Obviously
down.
looking to take it to the end. Will he be able to?
Well, not Sebastian did a lot more on his softs. Of course, there were safety cars as well, but he did a lot more on his softs. If you look at what RZDV would still have, what he would have done and at the end of his race if he stays on this set till the end. So it's possible.
He can definitely finish.
Gap's coming down further, while not Sebastian is extending the gap in front.
We have crossed the 2-hour mark. 10:20. 100% is back.
Back with a bang. If you look at after all the retirements, but then again, notorious, a route. But as I said earlier, look on the bright side, at least
Really
it's behind you.
Season opener with a Rouge and 4 safety cars. What we had I think 2 safety cars by lap 4 or lap 5. That was insane.
When RZDV still gaining via on boinkies.
He's running wide there in turn 1. It's not going to help his cause.
P is back in the position they want to be. his teammate. He's but he didn't even go to under 17 seconds. Just done with laps. Okay. Laps to go afterwards. Possible.
Can you hear me fine, Jan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Your voice is just breaking up on my side.
Yeah, internet is dodgy all over the place.
18.
A lot of people have issues with internet.
Almost 19.
There we go. As you said, almost it's close to 19. He's almost got a full pit stop in his credit. And RJDV is just getting more and more, so it looks like Boinkies might have made a bit of a mistake because the gap shot up in front and it actually closed to a rate of knots behind him.
Lap 39 of 44.
I think
5
those
laps
mediums,
to go.
he's not comfortable on those mediums. If you look at the amount of time gained, RZDV will be right by him in the next 3 laps with enough time to try to make a move before we end.
If those softs don't begin to drop off, yeah, he's been trading fastest laps there, so he's been pushing those softs. It's like not Sebastian, whose soft went on forever, but he spent a majority of the race behind the safety car.
But he was always able to build a gap after each one. So his gap is now over 20 seconds, 20 and a half seconds.
Almost a pit stop.
And RJDV is now 12, just over 12 seconds behind. Like you say, almost a pit stop, so he's pretty much very wrapped. Another time penalty.
That's something I can have a look at.
Under 12 now, RJDV to Boinkies.
Just going through your race director. Start with your leader, Sebastian. Just got the 3 second penalty so far.
It's the only one I recall as well seeing.
Man in second place. Nothing surprising there. No penalties for him just yet.
Surprise.
Man in third, RZDV. He's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. As does Nismax in fourth. Also 6 seconds.
Nismax not able to stay with his teammate. Obviously the tyre difference is the amount of laps on the tyres in the compound. But RJDV's just got that gap now to just over 10 seconds. He's still gaining. But he looks like he's running out of time. He's not gaining as quickly as he used to do a few laps ago.
And then your most penalized driver on the track so far. That goes to
not the peak.
That goes to Raptor in 7th place. He's up to a tally of 15.
Still the same team though.
Something that shouldn't be too difficult to introduce to the game that Codemasters could maybe look at is there next to the number, all the colors are white. Let us customize the team colors.
And whatever
then you can have, if the knots are blue for instance, then you can have three blues there.
So you can just show the team. So you can see who is who. Yeah, no, exactly.
You can see awesome. The team just by looking at the list.
Gap down to 8 seconds there. RZDV just gaining. Boinkies pretty much. Now a pit stop behind, not Sebastian. But Sebastian have a luxury of having a pit stop and still being able to rejoin in front.
3 laps to go. RZDV 7.2 seconds adrift of Boinkies. Gonna want that second place. When he does get to Boinkies gonna be on stretched mediums. They've had better days, 25 laps. I'm sure he can stretch them for another 3. What condition are they going to be in? What a strong showing from the knots. Unfortunately, just one flying the flag up in the front. The other 3, including myself, have retired. Not Maverick on his return, not having the most illustrious of returns. Not Kimmy showing pace throughout the day in practice, just couldn't bring it home. And then myself, well, no excuses there. It was just a rouge. That is my excuse. It's a pretty good one. RZDV, another 3-second time penalty. That's going to take his time penalties up to 9. Obviously Dirk on 6. It's a difference of 3. Needs to keep that gap between him and Dirk above 3 seconds, otherwise he could lose that podium. Needs to keep an eye on the gap now. Sebastian still leads, lap 42 of 44. Medium's now 20 laps old. Boinkies follows 27 laps adrift, also on a set of mediums. 26 laps. We definitely can finish. I mean, look at Springbok Gamer. It's taken those mediums to 30 laps. There should be nothing wrong with that tyre life. Boinkies now will be reaching for any tools he may have at his disposal. If he has ERS, he's going to be using it now. If he has any extra fuel, his car's going to be enriched. He's going to be giving it everything. 26 laps on those mediums. RZDV 13 laps on those softs. 3.5 seconds adrift, and the gap is now a visual one. But I think at the end of the day, Boinkies should still be safe. Those penalties will come back to bite RZDV. He's got 9 seconds worth of penalties. The only way for him to take second here would be a...
Just gonna have to... as much as I want to see a couple of other guys, this is actually the battle I want to see finish, because RZDV is just getting ever so closer. But yet at the back we got Raptor now chasing down Springbok Gamer.
RZDV getting very close, but I wonder if he's aware of the penalty situation. I'm sure he knows about his own penalty situation. Yep. He's just hoping that Boinkies has just as many.
Let's hope he can put some pressure on Boinkies, then it will be evening out that playfield.
That's his really his only option at the moment. If he's going to get second place, it's because he's going to force Boinkies into a mistake. Getting past him won't be enough.
Because even if he passes, he's not going to have enough time to build up a big enough gap. There we go, and he's actually coming and making his move.
Goes around the inside, maybe Boinky's listening to the commentary. Knows it's not worth the battle. Just needs to sit there on his gearbox, he'll take second place. Make no mistakes. Hold it all together. Lap 44 off 44, we're on the final lap.
Yep, indeed.
Here we are with your leader.
30 seconds, half a minute for Not Sebastian.
And if you take into consideration all the safety cars, all the stoppages we've had, a 30-second gap, what a substantial one. Could have been a lot more.
Yes, correct.
Well, we don't know what the race could have been without all those restarts. Never will know. Where do we head to next week?
For me to know, for you to find out.
I need to know where we're going next week.
Yeah, because you didn't watch the calendar. It's okay. It's your favorite track.
So, Not Sebastian.
The track
finishing things up.
The
he
track
actually
that we
went,
keep on telling you is your favorite one.
He actually went fastest in Sector 2 there.
Yes, at this stage on those old tyres.
You went purple in Sector 2. And there we go. That's all she wrote.
Not Sebastian
over
takes
the line.
There we go, and fastest lap on the last lap. Takes it away there from RZDV. But I did say earlier, that's one beautiful thing about these mediums. You use it, the entire life goes, and when it's somehow that tires make its way back to you, and you can actually utilize it later.
We go down to the man on second. In
RZDV.
second on the track at least, RZDV. He has opened that gap up a little bit, but 2.5 seconds is not going to be enough.
Out. No.
Go over the line in second, and he'll stay there briefly. We'll see the name swap. There we go. Boinkies takes second, RZDV third. Should be enough. Let's have a look. Where is Nismax? He's going around bus stop now. Goes over the line. Penalties won't play any further part there. It's good enough for fourth. Go back to Boucher.
Coming for a well fought fifth. Fortunately didn't add for pace to keep Nismax and RZDV at bay, but a well solid fifth.
Springbok Gamer, things could have gone a lot better.
Raptor
if he didn't have that disconnect. And then Raptor also having an up and down race. Lost his wing a couple of times, made a few pit stops he probably didn't want to. Now we wait for the judge. It's going to come over the line in 8th place. We'll pick up points for 8th place. And finishing one of these 100% races is an achievement in itself. He goes over the line. And that is it. Round one.
That is that. Round one done and dusted. And what a round it's been. More than half of a grid actually retired.
Gonna let you send invites to the top three. We have the top three.
Just getting everybody sorted out. Look at the nice suits. There we go. Now 3 cars there.
My livery got on the podium. Just not my car.
Just not your car, but there's always next time.
But it looks like my car, so I sort of feel good.
Just in confirmation of how everybody finished. Got just 8 cars. There we go. Not Sebastian there in first. Boinkies brought it home in second. RZDV third. Solid drive by Nismax fourth back. At a time where a lot of guys would have actually rage quitted, he actually kept his cool, kept on fighting. Boucher brought it back in fifth. Springbok Gamer 6th. Raptor 7th. And Judge, the final car to finish there in 8th. So guys, just bear with me. Let me see if I can get all 3 of those guys in here. Just waiting to see if they join us. Here we go, we got our race winner here. There we go, second place. Let's see if we can get third place here if he's joining. Anyway, while we're waiting there for him, not Sebastian, what a race.
Thank you very much.
But I believe also frustrations, just as you get the gap going, safety car. When you start getting a gap, safety car. And 4 safety cars in like the first quarter already. So that really had to have frustrated you.
Yeah, it does, because it gets you out of the rhythm, then you got to get back into it again and all that type of stuff. But it was lucky. You can save fuel, save ERS, and just prepare yourself.
And you actually, you talk about saving fuel, obviously you saved the tires there as well with that. So you really push those softs much further than anyone else.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to do the same strategy as Ronald did and come in the lap that he did, but then my Jeff said no, stay out. So I said okay, I trusted Jeff, and it worked out. Thankfully, so yeah.
In Jeff we trust, and he delivered this time.
Yeah, I did.
Well done, you kept it clean, stayed out of trouble. A bit of a run in early there with Raptor running into you, but nothing serious for you. And yeah, you just kept it clean and finished.
Yeah, it was actually the main goal was to finish this one, being the first 100% in quite a while, so it was very good.
And of course a high mortality rate here, so just to finish here already tonight was an achievement.
Yeah, only 8 finishes, that's, yeah.
Not Fernando, you want to go?
We finished, who actually landed up finishing second there? It was Ronald.
Mr. Ronald, yeah, Mr. Boinkies.
Ronald, how's it going? Good race up and down. Your mediums there at the end, they still feeling good?
Yeah, those mediums lasted very well because Muna, well, Sebastian V actually fastest lap right in the last lap with those mediums. So yeah, mediums were definitely the tire to be on.
And then one thing with the man here in second place, Ronald Dunner. Not sure how he does it race after race, but again, no penalties, and yeah, got you that extra position. Got you that extra position. You just had the one warning, and makes a difference. I mean, if you're 9 seconds, you can be 9 seconds slower in that race and still win.
So
man in third, Robbie,
Mr. RZDV. And the person who told me just before the race started, not podium, and I told him, yeah, you know what, never say never, and here we are, third place.
Yeah, lucky third place. It's a lucky third place.
But you'll take it in nonetheless.
Yeah.
Just a question there to Muna. You know how many points you've got?
No clue.
If I did get educated in Benoni, but if I worked this out correctly, it's 38 points.
Sure, I can. Yeah.
So that's 30 points for the victory, 6 points for pole position,
2 for
and 2 for fastest lap, right on the final lap there.
Yeah.
On an old set of mediums.
That's a good day at the office.
Not a bad day, eh?
But I
No,
must
make
say,
sure that practice still with it.
Practice was definitely worth it, and it's opened my eyes a bit there. Putting in the time, you get the results. So, yeah.
but just coming back into RZTV, of course, not the best of qualifying or starting towards the back, but up and down in the race as well. But kept your cool, you kept concentrating, you didn't give up, and yeah, look where you finished.
I almost put it into the wall at a Rouge a couple of times. Got close to it.
A couple of guys were worse off than you. I mean, on the first lap, our first safety car was just after the start. and yeah, Gaffby went flying into it. So yeah, you were probably lucky there, but still it was hard fought and you deserve it.
Must feel like we got robbed a little bit of a race there, because he had some really quick lap times, and we never got to see him exit Eau Rouge, so we'll never know what he was capable of in race conditions.
Yeah, well, at least Belgium is behind you guys. Our Rouge is out of the way, so bring on the rest of the season.
Quite a season opener, quite an initiation to get into things.
No, it is, but sometimes it helps to tick off the bad ones first.
Get them out of the way. I have misplaced my phone.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's my phone.
So,
there you go.
on to Australia. Of course, next week, same time, same place. 100% race distance, of course, down under.
I'm super excited for this.
I told you, your favorite track. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the stream, guys. I really appreciate it.
Congrats again, top 3. Like I said, to be able to finish here, yeah, well done.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys.
To everybody out there, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support as always. Next week, same time, same place. Till then, okay, stay safe.
Next time I'm being
Stay indoors.
interviewed.
Stay indoors.
That's right. Lockdown.
And adhere to the rules. Vakili's going to get you on the road. Guys, have a good one. Till next time. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Shit.